It is official. USA officially runs hockey. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Goat Talk. A lot happened this past week with the Olympics finally wrapping up. Let's just jump into it. I'm excited.
The big win for both USA men's and women. As you can all see, we're all repping some USA gear here on the podcast, except for Greg, but there's an exception to that. So as we move forward, we got to talk about both games. Obviously, the women's game on Thursday was really just amazing.
Yeah.
Going to overtime, and then just the moves of just the momentum in the game of Canada really winning most of the game, and then US ties it and then wins, which was really good. um, and then obviously the men's game yesterday, um, first time. And it's crazy because before we touch on the women's game, 46 years to the exact date is when we now won the gold again in men's hockey. Um, and the U.S. has never won women and men's hockey gold in the same Olympics. So just a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, like you just said, we never won gold in men's and women's at the same time. So that's why I think it's official that we own hockey. We went out there. We beat Canada in men's and women's at their best sport when realistically hockey's our fourth best sport in America.
At best.
And now we own it as well. The women's game was insane. What a great way to kind of lead into the men's game. Like you said, Canada's leading most of the game. The women's tie it, I think, in a minute left, I think there was, with a deflection goal to force overtime. And then we score in overtime to beat them, which, what a goal that was. That was beautiful, that move.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
Megan Keller, she's very, very skilled. Really, really good forward. Had the opportunity there, and I was watching it at my desk at work, and I was, interested to see how it was going to play out. Then, as soon as I saw the move, I knew it was going to be a goal. I
mhm.
didn't even think about any. As soon as Keller made the move around the defenseman, I was like, this is going to be a goal."
Yeah, that move was. I was watching it at on my phone in my parking lot at work because I was gonna drive home, but I was like, if I start driving, I might lose connection. So let me just finish the game in the parking lot and then I'll drive home. And the whole way home, Freebird was on repeat.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I mean, and just really cool moment too for the women's hockey program. They've been really dominant over the last couple of years in hockey. Now with the PWHL becoming a huge thing too. The coaching staff for the women's hockey team, huge shout out to them too, just being able to put that team together and the confidence that they had. And they only let up two goals the entire USA women's hockey run this year. But between the prelims and the actual qualifiers and all of the rounds, they let up two goals the entire tournament, which is absolutely insane. Huge shout out to everybody involved in the USA women's program. Really, really cool to see them win gold and win it in style. And it's unique too because I'm pretty sure, and I don't know this for a guarantee, but I don't know that a team has truly won a two golds against the same opposing team.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sick.
that's a good point.
You know, uh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
never
have
thought about
no
it.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know.
and the
That
other interesting thing is too is now this is also all being done while Russia has not been able to participate in the Olympics in the winter and in the Winter Olympics, and also China has not been able to participate in the Olympics. Now, China, I believe, will be able to participate in the 28th summer, and I believe Russia will as well. But the Russian hockey team has won obviously a lot of medals along the way. So to not have them in
are
the past
those
couple of
are
years
those
has
both
given
for
these
the
other
like the
opportunities.
wasn't it like a doping or something? One of the teams was like a
It's
doping
not Russia's.
allegation or
Russia's
something.
due to everything going on with the world.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought one of them was for like a doping, like they were using PEDs or something like that. I don't remember.
yeah, yeah. I don't know exactly what they both were, but they will be both. So in 2030, when we have the Winter Olympics again, I
Mhm.
believe the Russian hockey team will be able to compete, which will be a huge thing because they haven't been able to in a while, and they have a ton of good hockey talent that has won gold medals notoriously
Mhm.
throughout the entirety of the Olympics. So we'll definitely be interesting to see how that plays out moving forward. And then moving on to the men's game yesterday. Matt Boldy gets the scoring started early on. Now, here's the one thing I will say, and I think this is being a hockey person, and I think Herb Brooks said this in 1980. I watched Miracle the night before to try to manifest everything,
Good job.
and he said to the team in the movie, which I believe was also a real quote, he said, "Gentlemen, you don't have enough of talent to win on talent alone." And I think that is really, really true for this hockey team this year because if you were to ask any hockey person, they would tell you, as most people did, USA had no business winning this game. Canada dominated a lot of the time of possession. They Connor Hellebuck stood on his head for the U.S. team. I mean, without him, it would be a 5-1 game easily. But the Canadian team and the talent that they have, their two top lines are starting lines on every single team in the NHL. Every single team in the NHL. Those two starting lines are top. When you have Connor McDavid, Cale Makar, Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon all starting on the ice at the same time, that is unreal. That is
An all-star
unreal.
team.
And but where I was telling my fiance this, the U.S. team was more skilled. That's what got them to win the game. Canada is very talented, and they're very talented in the forecheck. They're very disciplined the way they play. But the U.S. skill level is what's able to get them to do the things on how Jack Hughes was able to win from that on the winning goal from Zach Werenski.
I mean, yeah, I think the USA team also just had more grit, right? Like,
Yeah,
I think they wanted it a lot more because it meant a lot more to them. Obviously, a gold medal means a lot to any country, but I think to US in this situation, after, the whole blow up with the four nations last year, the heated rivalry leading up to this, I think USA just wanted it more. And then
yes.
I don't know if you guys saw Nathan McKinnon. He said, what did he say? Like the better team lost today, or the better team didn't win this game, right?
We know who the better team was. We
But
all
Yeah,
know who the
but
better
that's
team
just
yeah.
was. Yeah.
that's just not flat out true because, buddy, last time I checked, you had a silver medal around your neck, not the gold. So that's just flat out not
Well,
true.
and I kind of want to chime in on this too because I've just seen a lot of people in people overreact just because the moment happened and everything like that. But I've seen a lot of people, especially like obviously Canadian fans, like bitching about the whole 3-on-3 and overtime thing. I'm like, dude, you had the three best players on the planet, arguably on the ice at the same time when the goal was scored.
That's how
Yeah.
they
Like,
got to the gold medal
like,
game
like,
too.
and you guys, and they weren't bitching when they won in overtime 3-on-3 to even make it there.
Now,
So
yeah,
I don't know,
I see your
but I
point.
think this whole thing really just it brings out the best. Honestly, I think it's one of the best times in sports. Period
Mhm.
is playoff hockey, man.
Oh yeah.
Like every single game in these tournaments gives that playoff hockey vibe where it's literally end to end action. It's intense. It is so good for the sport, and I don't necessarily think the United States team has a better team than Canada, stat and personnel wise. Obviously not. But I agree with 100% with what Joey said. They wanted it. They were dirt dogs, right? And they were gonna do anything that it was. You can't tell me Jack Hughes wasn't fucking dying at the end of that game with how much he put this team on his back throughout the entire tournament, right? So I think it was a crazy game. The 8 o'clock games need to happen more often. I think pre-gaming at 6 a.m. is a great idea for America personally. But
Makes sense.
USA baby all day.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean, like Jack Hughes lost a tooth, right? came back and
Yeah,
scored the
you
golden
wanted it
goal.
more, man.
Like
You just
that's a
wanted it
hockey
more.
guy. That right
Yeah.
there is prime
Hmm.
explanation of hockey guy.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But I think the
and
Olympics is just great for like you just saw our whole country come together and rally around this team. Like the Olympics are such a great thing. They really are.
Yep.
Hmm.
yeah, and then um, we had just gotten back to town yesterday when the game ended, and then you go out and you bring Gaudreau's jersey
Oh
in
man.
photo,
Yeah,
uh,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
and they take the team photo, and then they go get the kids from Meredith, and they take the photo with that. And I'm gonna be honest, I started crying
That choked me up too.
because
Hmm.
I was like, in that moment, in the biggest moment of these guys' career, arguably for some of them who've never won a Stanley Cup before, they weren't just thinking about themselves. They were thinking about somebody who could be there with them, who would have been there with them and their family. And I I I spent probably 5 minutes just crying and like trying to get myself together after that because that is monumental for the
Hmm.
program, for the nation, and just to what those men just did out there, and to then go through that moment, knowing what, especially for Matthew Kachuk, who played with, I believe, Johnny in Calgary for 4 years, like what that meant to him, and after just winning the gold, like that really was special.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that moment when they brought the kids on that, I immediately choked me up. It was Johnny Gaudreau's son's second birthday on during the game. And, I don't care what people say. I don't care who you root for. I don't care what you believe in. That was a great moment. And Johnny Hockey was with them on that ice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The Gaudreau brothers were with them on that ice and helped them win that game and that medal.
Yeah.
You really do see the best of sports when it comes to stuff like this, and just like you said, Joey, I think too, like the nation really, there's been a lot of scrutiny and controversy and all this crap, and then to have a ginormous group of people come together over two teams that wanted to go out and win it for their country, it, and it brings out the best in people, and that's why we love sports, man. That's why we love it.
Yeah, honestly, the same deal, right? Like, how often do you see the country truly come together like this? Like,
Mm.
it's a feel good thing, and you know what? Did they get outplayed for the most of the game? Yeah, but guess what? The gold is in the USA, baby, right where it belongs.
Jack
They
Hughes is
don't ask how.
officially an American hero.
They don't ask how it happens. It just matter if it does or not,
In the
And,
Hmm.
record books, it's a win.
I'd be sitting here and telling you if the Vikings won a Super Bowl 3-0, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah,
Nobody cares. It happened. It
exactly.
happened. So they don't ask you how. It just did you not? So
I
yeah,
guess,
definitely.
did you guys see any of the celebration videos? Like I saw a video,
Yeah.
Dylan Larkin had Mike Eruzione on his shoulders
I did not see that.
celebrating.
I
That
did
was,
not see that.
dude, I'll send it to you guys. That was a sick video because obviously Eruzione being the captain of the 80 team, the Miracle team, now celebrating with the team now, winning the
That's
gold
cool.
finally. It was such a
That's
cool
awesome.
video to watch.
Yeah, I did not see that. I've seen the locker room videos. I saw the video with Donald Trump calling in,
Hmm.
to them after winning. Yeah, I mean, like you guys all said, I mean, there's very few moments where you feel as a country and as a nation that brings people together, and something like this definitely truly does.
Yeah, I
And
think
Hmm.
the Hughes family got 3 gold medals now, right? Because you had Quinn and Jack were on the men's team, and I'm pretty sure their mom was a coach on the coaching staff for the women's team.
yes, and I also believe I don't think Kachuk's dad played on any of the Olympic teams.
Brock Nelson comes from a big tree of
Brock
Olympics.
Nelson does. This is the fourth generation of Olympians for Brock Nelson. Um, Now his son could play in 2046, I think they were saying, or something like that, which will definitely be interesting. Well, I mean, shifting from the great Olympics that took place, the United States did take second place overall in the Olympics, which was good this year. Obviously, did not have the most medals, but they had second, which was good, and I believe they did have the second most gold. So that was good as well. So really, great job for the Olympics. And one person that I think is going there's two people in the Olympics that deserve all the credit in the world in what they've done recently. Mike Tirico literally went from the Super Bowl to Milan the next day and broadcasted the entire Olympics. And then Kenny Albert just did every game and let everything breathe. Those two, shout out to those two guys, man. That was impressive stuff.
Rico had a great call too at the end of the game.
Yeah.
It's basically, I don't remember the exact whole quote that he said, but I know it was like, kids, if you're watching this is just proof that anything could happen if you really want it. If you have a dream, go out and chase it. It was such a cool, just a great way to end the Olympics. And in 8 years, we're gonna host the Winter Olympics in Utah.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
That'll be interesting for sure. Hey, and we actually do host the summer in LA in 2 years.
In 28. Yep.
Yeah, 2 years. So a lot of
football. We're gonna dominate.
Yeah. We got that. We got the Winter Olympics coming up, the Summer Olympics coming up. We got the World Cup here this year. A lot of cool things coming for the U.S. But switching
a silver medal.
Switching gears slightly, spring training has started in the MLB world.
Wow.
We will not spend a lot of time in this current episode because we just don't have the time for it. But one of probably Greg and Chris's favorite topics is to talk about baseball. They are most knowledgeable and well-versed in it. Well, Greg said most knowledgeable and well-versed in that area. But just how is everyone feeling as baseball kicks off?
Before you guys jump in, I gotta say one thing. Because football season, we had me, Greg, and Chris being in that, same division with the Bills, Patriots, Jets. Sal was kind of on the outside with the Vikings. So I'm very excited for baseball to kind of be on that outside role where you have a Red Sox fan and 2 Yankees fans, and I'm on the outside as a Mets fan. So I'm really looking forward to that.
No, you're not. We hate you too.
Not as much as the Red Sox, though.
No, but you're up there.
That is an interesting take. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Greg, Chris, how are you guys feeling about it? You guys are most interested for this?
It's at the end of the day, this is the exact same Yankee team that we rolled out last year.
I didn't say about the Yankees. Nobody asked about the Yankees.
And what are you asking about?
I'm just asking, are you excited about baseball that spring training starts?
But me in a month, I'm going to be depressed.
Okay, well, thank you for answering my question, Chris.
So, it's a tradition in my family. Pretty much every year we take off opening day, and we either fire up the grill early when there's still a foot of snow outside, or whatever happens and everything. And it's just, it's just the turning of the seasons, even though we just encountered a blizzard that covered New York and entire the New England region with a foot of snow. But it's just something about seeing that notification on my phone for the MLB Network, Red Sox first pitch 105, or just the whole slate of games. And I think it's really spring training. I haven't really experienced it in full yet. We went down and I watched a couple of practices, PFPs, down in the Melbourne area for the Washington Nationals. I think it was the year before they won the World Series, which was super dope. But it's just one of those things, that that's my sport. You guys can talk football, hockey. I know football and hockey and everything like that, but baseball is my favorite for sure. It's just the turning of the seasons. I'm super excited for it. And I'm going to soak in every single last ounce of it this year because we're probably not going to get it in 2027. So, and I'm going to soak it all in now, even though I know who's going to win. I know who's not going to win. It's going to be my Red Sox who aren't going to win. But you know what? I'm just going to soak it in every last drop because in 2027, we may never see baseball again. We might all have to go watch KBO baseball.
Hey, or something. There's nothing wrong with collegiate baseball.
That's fair, dude. And that's another thing that I want to talk to you guys about at some point, because I know there was a huge story about it how, there's a change of the guard at ESPN when it comes to, like, I haven't seen a single nationally televised game. Like, I know the college baseball season just started. And, like, I know obviously we're getting close to March Madness, so people are going to be locked in on the basketball and everything like that. But the fact, and I think we had a podcast about this a while ago, a few months ago, when it comes to like the streaming and how it's like impossible to not spend money to even watch some of these games. But like, where is the coverage of the college baseball? And I know
Nothing.
baseball you can argue is a dying sport when it comes to viewership and everything like that, because it's not as fast paced and doesn't bring in the attention that like college basketball, college football does. But I think there was a thing that I just saw that Wednesday nights are going to be for like the women's like 3-on-3 league. That's going to be on ESPN. And I'm like, where's the softball and the baseball for college? Except for the World Series, because that's the only time it really ever gets broadcasts. So I don't know. We could get into that at another time. Obviously, I will go off for like an hour on some of the streaming and the sports broadcasting rights and everything like that. But it's almost spring, baby. Just a couple more weeks.
That it is. Well, and Chris, you bring up a good point. You just touched on March Madness. That is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do this very often, but Greg won his bald bet last week, and I think that deserves a little bit of a round of applause. He did pick Duke to beat Michigan. They did. March Madness will be right around the corner, so I'm sure there will be some touch points on that. But Greg, I mean, this is a unique episode. We don't have a lot going on, but I think it is time for you to tell the viewers what this week's bald bet is, and can you go 2-0?
Can I? Maybe.
A victory
Will
lap.
I? Probably not, because I'm just very bad at this. However, right, like I'm gonna stick with the basketball theme, but I'm gonna go to the NBA this time. All right. So while the shininess is arisen, ball bet this week. All right. It's gonna be between two of the best players ever of two historic teams, the Lakers and the Warriors. Okay. They're playing Saturday night. Give me the Lakers. Steph's might not be back in time. Draymond will get ejected in the first quarter per usual. And look, give me the Lakers. I just think that they're a better team right now. The Warriors are 30-27, Lakers 34-22. Unless Luka and LeBron get kicked in the nuts, I think it's a win for the Lakers. Bottom line.
Attaboy, Greg. They're coming off that belt to ass that the Celtics gave them.
However, go Knicks.
Yeah.
Don't worry, go Knicks.
Go Knicks. Oh my god.
They're good. Hey, they're good this year, bro.
I feel like Knicks fans say that every year.
No, but they actually are this
They
year.
actually are good this year, though.
Yeah, but they were good last year too, weren't they?
They were.
They were in exactly.
Yeah.
No
Do you think they make it to
that.
the
They just
ECF
haven't been
again this year?
the best.
I think there's a good chance.
Yeah.
I would definitely say there's a good chance.
Are they a high enough,
they're third in the East.
The Pistons scare me.
Yeah. Are they a high enough seed to host the first round though?
Yes.
At least.
Yeah, because they're the three. As of right now, yes.
Yeah.
Got to be a top 4 seed.
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything about the NBA, so you have to educate me.
Yeah. So it goes. Pistons are in first place,
which is crazy.
Which is such a crazy
turnaround.
Never thought I'd hear that.
42-13.
Yeah.
And then you have the Celtics who are 37-19. And then you have the Knicks who are 37-21. That's gonna be great coming down to the wire. And then the Cavs, like the East is so tight. It really is. Like 5-1. I mean, the Pistons have a little bit of a gap, but like the Raptors are 34-23, the Cavs are 36-22 that are right behind the Knicks. So like the East is going to be crazy wide open this year.
And for you, Chris, think about who's coming back.
I don't know if he will.
I do.
Why wouldn't he?
He should. I don't think he should, but he will.
I would be shocked if he doesn't come back for playoffs.
Well, so I just want to make sure that I just want him to be 100. I don't want him to rush anything. Not
Yeah,
saying that
makes
he
sense.
is or anything, but like this
A
is
fast
an
turnaround.
injury that it's a big deal. Like
It's
Yeah.
the worst injury, of course.
how long, Greg? I don't know if you know off the top of your head. How long did KD miss? He missed like a season and a half, right?
Yes, that's also because he got hurt at the very like game
Like in the
5 of the
finals,
finals.
right?
Yeah, and he was on the Brooklyn team that wasn't winning much. So I think if the Celtics were to, be in the bottom tier of the conference, that they would not Tatum wouldn't come back this year.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
the fact that they're the 2 seed, my only concern besides Tatum himself is what will it do to Jaylen Brown's chemistry, because he's
I was
playing out
just
of his
about
mind
to
this
ask
year.
you that.
He's playing so well.
You could argue an MVP candidate
I was
this
I
year.
just
don't
gonna
think
say like he's definitely up there for MVP.
he's
Absolutely.
absolutely a candidate.
Yeah.
29.2 a game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Absolutely.
Greg with the NBA just stats fire.
Oh, I know. This is my shit, bro.
It's just I don't know. Like, do you fuck with the chemistry that the Celtics have
They're going
created?
to.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that like if you add Tatum, it's gonna fuck everything up. But you have two dudes that are so ball dominant players, and you have Brown, and then the other guys kind of fill in and do their part. I mean, like obviously Pritchard is going to go off some games like he did. Was that last night? He had 30 points.
Drop some ankles.
Yeah, so like, but that's coming off the bench, and that's what I think makes the Celtics so dangerous is that you can get a 30 piece from pretty much anybody on that team. Um, I think defensively, I don't think Tatum will bring you a whole lot when he comes back. And I also, I don't know. It's really, I want him to come back because I think it would be a great story. And like, obviously, if he performs and can help that playoff push, that's awesome. But also, like, I know how Boston fans react, and I know how the media will react if he's rusty. Like if he goes like 0 for 12 from 3 and has like 10 points a game, then I know the next morning on ESPN or on the radio going into work, they're going to be like he should have sat out the season, he stinks. So like I don't know. I want him to come back, but I want to make sure that he's 110%.
I would start him on the bench.
Like coming off the bench.
Yes.
Do you think they would do that though?
No, but I would.
What did they do for Clay? Because he start in the G League for a couple games, and he
I have no
started
idea.
his
He never
first
came
game
off the
back,
bench.
didn't
He
he?
never came off the bench with Golden State though. He
Yeah,
does
but
now.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he also, keep in mind, he was out 2.5 years because he not only tore his ACL, then he tore his Achilles back to back.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
That, and then he, yeah, definition of washed.
I don't think it really matters if Tatum comes back or not if they run into the Knicks. I mean, what happened last postseason? Belt to ass.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
Tatum tore his Achilles that series.
It's the only reason why.
Even if Tatum played, we would have won.
Here's the problem, though: is the Knicks are also 0-3 this year versus Detroit.
I know. Yeah,
Detroit's the scariest team for me in the East. We can't beat
they're
them.
really good.
But anyway, well, I guess we'll get to more basketball as we go, because I can go there for a while too.
All right. Well, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode. Hope everybody enjoyed it. As always, like, comment, subscribe if you're new here. If you're returning, as always, we appreciate all support you guys continue to give us. We're slowly climbing that hill, so stay tuned for more. And USA, baby, we are back and we own hockey officially. Let's go.